What's up, YouTube? This is Boston here. Today we're going to be going over what it's like being a young real estate agent in today's market, why I got into the business, and the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Stay tuned. So I actually want to take it back to why I initially got into real estate. It goes all the way back a few years to right when I got out of high school. Obviously, I wanted to do something where I could make more money the more effort I put in, right? So something that I could build, not just go to work, go to a 9 to 5 and then get paid an annual salary. It doesn't matter if I slack off or actually do my job, I get paid the same. I wanted something where if I put more effort in, I'm gonna get compensated for my additional effort. So pretty much any sales job, right? Well, originally I wanted to learn how to start day trading, so like trading stocks. So I applied for a credit union job, like working at a bank as a teller. And in my mind, 19, 20 years old at the time, that they were correlated, right? The banks deal with money and so is stock trading. So I'm gonna learn how to trade stocks at a bank. Well, come to find out, they are not related at all, and that was really stupid. Well, working at a bank, I was trading at the same time and I blew up 3 accounts. I lost probably $10,000 or $11,000 total. And after that, I said, nope, no more, never again. I'm gonna learn how to do something else. Well, I ended up working at a credit union for about 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and ended up in the collections department. And if anyone knows what collections is, it's the bill collector. I was the bill collector calling people on the phone, telling them to pay their bills at the end of the month. And those are not fun phone calls. You're dealing with people that are in tough financial situations, that are struggling with money, can't pay their bills. Oftentimes you'd hear like crying babies in the backgrounds and horrible. It was just horrible. And then to put the cherry on top with that, you are surrounded with people that also hate their lives. In a cubicle, people are just slunched over at their job, making calls all day, and obviously hate their life. It's not a fun environment to be around your coworkers, the people you're calling, the people you're talking to all day. It's very toxic. So I needed something new. I needed something to get out and to try something new, I guess. And I never originally wanted to do real estate because my parents did real estate and I saw the bullshit they dealt with. So that was never really a first pick of mine. But at that point when I was in collections, I said, fuck it, I'm not going back to school and I need something new, so I'm gonna get my real estate license. But I wanna talk about what it's like being a young real estate agent, because it's hard, it's super hard in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, like there's people that say, oh, I made blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, it's just hard. It's really hard work in the beginning. But if someone's willing to put in the work and like do what their mentor says, it's not impossible. It's hard, but it's honestly simple. So if someone tells you you just need to put in the work, you need to make this amount of calls per day, and you need to do that for the next 90 days, if you make those number of calls, you will be okay. But the thing is, most people can't deal with rejection, and most people can't deal with, someone cursing them out on the phone. They get all emotional and then they want to give up. You can't take it to heart, you can't take it personal, and you just have to move on to the next person. And if you can do that, I believe anybody can be successful, but it's not easy. So in my experience, age doesn't really matter. What matters is your confidence in being able to help someone and basically solve their problem. So if you can relate to people, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can get as many listings as you want. What I mean by that is, in my city of Anchorage, Alaska, up to like 450,000, age doesn't really matter. If you can convey confidence and you can show you know what you're talking about and answer all the client's questions without stumbling, you'll be fine. It's when you get into like the 500, 600, 700,000 plus or a million plus, it's where people want to know you're an established agent. They want to see a track record of seeing you sell homes in this price range and things like that. So that's my experience. So like 500 and below, age doesn't matter. If you can relate to the person, if you build a relationship with that person and your follow-up is there and you're answering their questions and you're there for them, you can get the listing. Even those you can convert. So age does not matter. In my experience, when you're new, especially when you're younger, people want to recruit you to their teams. So now I'm a single agent. I am solo, I'm not on a team. But for the longest time, I was very scared to jump ship. And that's because when you start on a team, that is all you know. You use all their resources, you use all their training, you only get trained on what they want you to know. And it's very hard to learn more than that if your team leader or whoever is controlling the team doesn't want you to know more. Luckily for me, my mentor was very open about everything. He let me learn whatever I wanted to learn and would coach me on whatever I wanted to learn. And then when the time came for me to jump ship and do my own thing, he was completely cool with that. But a lot of teams are not like that. They will try to suck you in, will give you limited knowledge so that you are dependent on them, and they will keep you like that for as long as you let them. So that's one of the big things I learned in my experience is you don't want to let teams just use you. You need to know what you want, and you need to know when it's time to jump ship if that is your end goal. One more thing I wanted to point out on that is if you do jump ship and become a solo agent, there's gonna be other teams out there that are gonna try to recruit you. There's a lot of recruiting in real estate, and people want to put you under them to help build their empire. It's just the way it is in real estate, and there's a lot of recruitment, and if you're coming off from a team or you're working on a team, there's gonna be other teams trying to recruit you to put you on that team. So basically know what you want. In my opinion, getting your real estate license and being a realtor is one of the hardest things anybody can do, especially if you have zero sales experience, because it's 100% sales. You are 100% of the time selling. You are trying to convince people to work with you over another agent. You're trying to persuade them on what the right price is, to offer higher or lower, or pay their own closing costs, or negotiate your commission. It's all sales. And anybody that tells you otherwise doesn't know what they're doing, or they're just lying. So it's one of the hardest things anybody can do, especially if they have no sales experience in the past, in my opinion. But if you make it to the other side and you are, 2 or 3 years in, you're consistently doing deals every single month, and you made it, it builds character. You have a lot more confidence in yourself, and you are more confident in yourself in not just real estate, but a lot of other things. I know that I've made it this far. I have more confidence in doing other things in my life just because of real estate. Once you get over the negative self-talk of that you're too young to be in this industry, and that you can actually prove to yourself that you can go out and sell real estate and convey that to people, age does not matter. If anything, being young is a benefit to being in this industry, because you're so much different than all the old realtors out there that do everything the old ways, that don't know how to take great photos, that don't know how to do great marketing, and really just rely on other agents to sell the property for them. You're just way different than the old people. So if you can convey confidence in a seller, like for a listing, you can show them your previous marketing, show them what you're gonna do for them, and make them laugh, like you're gonna get the listing, like no doubt about it. So age does not matter at all in my experience. If anything, it benefits you once you can convey confidence. But that was my experience as a young real estate agent in the industry. If you are licensed, or you're thinking about getting licensed, I wanna know your thoughts and what your experience was. So comment that down in the comment section down below. Would appreciate this if you give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But that's it for this video. Thanks, guys.